Shalom, shalom, to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Qudash. That one to the apostle Nails, the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, have mercy upon you. Okay, I'm going to name this, well, the name of this page I'm on, Sinister End. Sinister End. Dad discovers daughter-in-law is his son's K-I-L-L-E-R. So hey, back to the old trials of Eve, man. You know, y'all gonna learn. I guess most of y'all gotta learn the hard way. Leave them alone. You don't leave them alone. This is, especially in the days that we are coming upon, you know, these women are very treacherous, and they want what? All they want is what? Is themselves to have what? Still continue to have a form of freedom. Or should I say? When I say freedom, meaning what? The liberty to what? To get abroad and do what they want to do. So here we go. I'm not gonna go through this whole video. It's 29 minutes, so I'm just getting at the beginning part of it, so you will know exactly what's going on. Then we'll skip a little. Then I'm gonna get right into it. Then we're gonna get into the lesson. Let me turn this up first. All right.
What's the address of the emergency? 911.
I need help. My husband.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I need help. I need help. My husband was shot. I need help.
Okay, where are you at, ma'am?
I'm at Colfax Avenue.
Colfax?
Yes, please.
Is this a house and apartment?
What is the house?
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
My husband bought us some food, and he left out and me and my son were eating, and I just heard gunshots. So I put myself in the room, and I came outside, and my husband was on the ground.
Okay, stay on the line with me here. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Where's your husband's outside? Okay, stay on the line with me. Ma'am, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath for me, okay? How many shots did you hear, ma'am? Ma'am? Hello?
Hey, Sarge, can you get some tape and secure this for me? Yep.
At the scene, officers immediately found the victim slumped against a full-size pickup truck. He had serious injuries, multiple gunshot wounds, and heavy bleeding, but he was still breathing at the time.
Let me know. We got to get him on there, guys. You know, man, we're gonna have to get him on this cot, okay? Right. I know. Well, let me get in there, man. Okay? Let us get in there, hon. Okay? Let us get in there. That way. Ready? Let me follow him with the sheet. So we need to get the sheet on. Get these people back.
Word spreads quickly in a small community, so family members and neighbors were all on the scene within minutes.
I'm going to be honest, it does not look good. Oh, no. I know this is messed up. We got to get you guys out here so we can secure the scene, okay? We got to collect some evidence and find out what the hell's going on here, okay? Come on here with us. Come on out here with us. I know, man. We got to get you out here a second, okay? We'll talk to you in a minute. Do you live here, bud?
I live here.
Okay.
My grandson is probably there by himself.
Okay, we'll go. I will take care of that for you if he is. We'll get you in. Okay, we'll get you in there, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Kamaya and Tyrone's young son, just over a year old, was still in the residence. Officers conducted a search to make sure the child hadn't been harmed in any way.
Yeah, let's go. Where'd the lady go here? Let's go clear this house real quick. There might be a baby.
The baby's right here.
They're shell casings, guys. Just be careful. Okay, buddy. Okay, come here, buddy. I won't hurt you. Okay, I'm gonna take you to Daddy. Come on. I got you, bud. Come on. Okay.
After locating the child, in the emotional and intense scene, paramedics were simultaneously working on the victim. His wife was trying to get into the ambulance to go with her husband.
Trying to get in there and finish him off, y'all. If she ain't playing that role good, boy, she playing that role.
Hey, back up! Whoa. No. What happened? You grab the tape from the ambulance, get out the job.
With Kamaya clearly distressed and more people gathering at the scene, officers had to balance two things at once. While paramedics were working to save Tyrone, police also needed to secure the area, collect evidence, and make sure no one accidentally tampered with anything. As one officer tried to calm Kamaya down, he also began asking her some questions, since she was the one who had first found Tyrone and called the police.
Do you have any idea what happened here?
No, he just brought us something to eat.
Okay.
We was sitting on the couch eating, and then I just heard gunshots. And I ran to put my son in the room, and I came outside, and he was laying on the cart.
Okay, how many gunshots did you hear?
I don't know. I just heard a lot.
Okay. All right, so as far as you know, he went to get some food.
No, the food was here. He brought us the food.
From where?
From our cousin's house.
Okay.
They have food at the house.
The food was outside? Like he stepped outside to get the food?
No, the food was in the house. He was leaving.
Hey, man, how many of us that have Eve have put in the grave, man? Literally. You know, they'll try to make it seem like it's an even number of us deleting one of them versus them deleting us. The numbers don't add up, man. And they're not even close. Not even close, man. And then you can what? You can add those other numbers in there with what? With the so-called white man deleting us because of you calling the cops on them. The numbers don't add up, man. So, you know, all that delusional ass making shit up, that shit don't work no more. It don't work no more. They see it now, the men see it, so, you know, hey, get ready for a hard time.
Okay.
Me and my son were sitting on the couch eating.
Tyrone returned to the house just after 11 p.m. After going inside and bringing food to his family, he stepped back outside. That's when his wife heard gunshots coming from the side of the house, near the driveway. She ran outside and found her husband lying next to his pickup truck in the driveway, badly injured and suffering from multiple gunshot wounds.
Who's this guy that's shot in the head?
Right there.
In the head?
Yes.
Okay. What's his name?
Tyrone Hassel. Just heard.
Slacky.
The story of how Tyrone met his wife goes back about 5 years before this tragedy. Tyrone was starting his second year of college when he decided to join the Army. In 2015, he met Kamaya while they were both serving in the military and stationed at Fort Carson. Their relationship moved fast and quickly became serious. Things became even more serious when Kamaya found out she was pregnant. At the time of Sergeant Hassel's murder, Kamaya, who was 22 years old, and Sergeant Hassel were on block leave from Fort Stewart. Kamaya was working as a truck driver, and Sergeant Hassel was serving as a wheel mechanic. At that point, police didn't allow Tyrone Hassel Jr. or Kamaya to leave the scene. They were dealing with a lot of unanswered questions and a killer still on the loose who needed to be found as quickly as possible.
Was he beefing with somebody here? I mean, do you have any idea how this happened?
I'm not sure.
I mean, this is serious, okay? I don't know what his condition is, but it does not look good, okay? So, if you know
I
something,
don't think he was beefing with anybody.
now's the time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he was beefing with anybody. He was just at his friend's house. He was at the family's house, and then he came here.
Told me a long time ago, Daddy, if I go to jail, somebody frame me. My son walked a straight line his entire life.
After speaking with people close to him, police learned that Tyrone didn't have any known enemies. Nothing that would explain something like this.
Oh, he got an enemy. Huh? He got an enemy. That enemy was laying right in his bosom. That's his enemy. She was laying right in his bosom, y'all, all the time. Hey, this is what we as men have to deal with. Michael 7 and 10. Then she that is my enemy, shall see it. So your enemy is right in your bosom, y'all. Eve is your enemy, man. In the devil's kingdom, Eve is your enemy, your number one enemy behind Esau, Edom. Or they run a neck and neck, because they work hand in hand in destroying Jakes, these so-called black men.
They then began carefully processing the scene. There was blood on the truck and blood across the driveway. Multiple.
Well, a lot of you niggas too weak to see that, right? Because a lot of y'all mama's boys, you know, your mama done manipulated your ass all your life. You know, they rubbed on you all your life, kissed on you, and you what? Now you simp, you soft. Now you want to defend every woman that you see, when none of them out the gate deserve to be defended. None of them. Why? Until they show you otherwise, then what? They're not worthy of. They're not worthy for you to come to their aid.
Shell casings were also found, scattered around where Tyrone had fallen.
There's one, two, three.
And then number 4 is right there.
The first thing police suspected was that this may have been a robbery gone wrong. But Sergeant Hassel still had his money, his phone, and his car keys on him, so that possibility was quickly ruled out.
You see that bullet hole in the garage? Simply due to the fact that all these casings are here, and there's a hole right there, which is obviously
blood on it. It looks like somebody that was probably helping drag him out.
Right. So Ron, what I'm thinking is, I mean, there's matter there, so he was shot point blank range.
Oh yeah.
So somebody had to be laying in wait for his ass. Yeah. Because he was shot right here.
Casings. And he might have been coming out getting the truck.
No, he was. He was coming out to leave again.
Somebody.
And his keys are right there.
And the fact that the bullet hole's there means that the shooter was over on the side and the casings.
Right.
We got a bullet right there.
By looking at how the shooting happened, the shots hitting Tyrone in the head, face, neck, and shoulders, it was clear this was a personal attack, not a random act of violence. Detectives also noticed that some rounds went into the garage, which showed that the shooter was positioned behind him while Tyrone was standing at the doorway of his truck.
All right, y'all gonna go down a little bit. So y'all got the now if you really want to see the whole entire thing, you just go to Sinister N. Sinister N. S-I-N-I-S-T-E-R. Sinister N. Dad discovers daughter-in-law is his son's killer. So I'm gonna go down a little bit. Y'all bear with me because they just going over the scene and talking, but let's get to the most important part, right? Which is around about let's see something. We'll start about right here.
Still didn't know was that one of those tips would eventually become the key to solving the case. The person responsible had been right there the whole time, standing close to the family and the police, appearing to grieve along with everyone else. A revelation that would soon shock the entire community. Through the investigation, a resident came forward and reported something unusual. On the night of the murder, they noticed a vehicle backed into a driveway at a residence. That detail ended up giving detectives one of their first major clues.
Hey, Walt, how are you?
Hungry as ever.
Hungry as ever?
Yeah.
We had, not bad. We've had better days in St. Joe Township.
I guess.
We've had a shooting over there, and Frank said you saw a vehicle parked.
I'm gonna say this thing. Y'all need to leave your nose and neighbors alone, y'all. Let your neighbor be nosy. You might need. They might see something that you might need them in the time. Leave your nose and neighbors alone, y'all. Let the old folks look and peep and do what they do. All right.
Parked over here.
You parked right in Brown's driveway, backed in.
Okay.
The reason I know all this, I was in my bedroom watching TV and I had the shades open. I could see everything that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
He got out of it. Well, first of all,
About what time was this?
9 9:30, 10.
Okay.
Somewhere around there, right? Anyway, first time he was there, then he left, come back about 15, 20 minutes later. But when he come back, I bet money on it. He was doing 50 miles an hour going up.
50?
At least. And he turned around up there, come back, turned his lights off, backed into the driveway, waited there for a while. He knew I was watching, I think. But anyway, he stepped out of his car, got back in. A couple of seconds later, he got out again, completely, and started walking. And I watched him, he went and turned left.
Okay.
She was on the phone with him all the time, y'all. She was on the phone with him and talking to him, communicating with him.
And I just add two and two together. He has something to do with it.
Okay. Did you hear anything?
When I was in bed, yeah.
Okay, what'd you hear?
Gunshots.
Okay. Then after that, did you see anything?
No, I was in, like I say, I was in bed. And I heard, it woke me up.
Okay. So
I left.
The vehicle was described as a black four-door car that had backed into the driveway of a vacant house that was listed for sale. Detectives were able to get a license plate reader hit on that vehicle, tracking it as it passed through Illinois toll booths captured on surveillance cameras. That plate came back to someone in the U.S. military, serving in the same battalion as Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III. The owner was identified as Jeremy Cuellar, a member of the same squad as Tyrone. Using the license plate data, investigators were able to place his vehicle near the scene of the crime on the day of the shooting. For the first time, the investigation was starting to show real progress, and police finally had a name. Before detectives spoke directly with Jeremy, they immediately contacted investigators at Fort Stewart working with the U.S. Army. Army investigators began going through the platoons connected to the case and interviewed several service members. One of them was Sergeant Bacon. He had personal first-hand knowledge of Jeremy Cuellar and Kamaya Hassel, information that would quickly become critical to the case.
So when y'all would hang out, what would y'all typically do?
Talk and drink in just your locker room.
So any relationships between any of those people in that group going on?
I mean, in Korea, I knew Quay Hassel messed around, and that was it.
All right. Tell me what you know about that.
I seen them together and messed around, and then was it like, everybody had their own little battle group in Korea.
So when you say messing around, what are you getting at with that? Because obviously, everybody's got different.
Oh yeah, sexually.
If you don't have this in your
them old military women, man, they be some old prostitutes too. Men be off handling their business, and they be in the barricades up and down, screwing left or right. Yeah. Eve was a slut everywhere she go.
I'll help you with that. So they were all in Korea, and that's where it started. He and the girl had a relationship going on, and that the guy that died had said something to him, so they had words, and then he had threatened him.
The relationship between Jeremy and Tyrone's wife turns out to be a crucial piece of the puzzle. It adds real weight to the motive and helps explain why certain things may have happened. Once Kamaya's name comes into the picture, police have no choice but to focus on her next. A turn in the case that would shock everyone. But detectives still need the full story. Was Kamaya being stalked by Jeremy, with him becoming obsessed and ultimately deciding to eliminate what he saw as his rival?
Hey, look at this here, man. How can you go and get obsessed with this right here? She is not nothing to be doing nothing with, man. Especially taking a man's life for, man. Let me read a precept, y'all. Let me read a precept. First Esdras 4 and verse 23. If a man taketh his sword and goes his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness, and when he has stolen, spoiled, and robbed, and killed, I added that, and he bringeth it to his love. So apparently, the little high yellow brother was in what? He was in love. Verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sake. Many also will have perished, have erred in sin for women. So he committed the ultimate sin. Right? First and foremost, messing around with another man's wife, and then then what? Deleting them.
Or was she actually part of it, aware of what was going to happen and involved from the start?
What was going on? When did you guys become romantic? You guys seen each other while he was in Michigan? Now listen, did you see him while you're in Michigan? Because they're going to take your phone apart. When they take your phone apart, it's all there. So what I want to say is, before they do that, I want you to be honest with me.
I've worked the same amount of hours that he worked, and I still have to come home and do everything for the baby.
I agree, that's not fair.
And it's like the reason why the relationship and a bond was built between me and Jeremy, because he will always tell me, you don't have to worry about that. When me and you get together, I'll make sure you have your breaks. I'll do this for the baby. I'll do that. And it just made me really feel like that all of that was going to happen.
The first striking thing about Kamaya in the interview was how cold and calculated she was.
Cold and calculated. Cold and calculated. She didn't give a damn. Look at her. No tears. No nothing. Excuse me. We had all the tears and fake crying, wanting to get up in the ambulance, all that. She played that role good. Played it good. Cold and calculated. Even the cops said, boy, even the so-called white man call you cold and calculated, boy, you cold and calculated. Red simp.
Definitely not normal for an average person. You could even say she manipulated Jeremy into pulling the trigger. What's clear, though, is that she was a much more active participant part of the plan from the start, with Jeremy following through on her instructions.
So, when we were in Korea, I can't really pinpoint exactly when it was. Me and Ty had this big argument, and then I came back into the building. I was talking to Jeremy.
Bro, listen, man. This girl here was used goods in the military. Used goods. That's what she is. And she just found Found her two simps to what? To prey upon.
I'm like, man, I don't want to be with him no more. Like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to deal with it no more. And he was like, so why y'all still together? And I was like, we have a child, and even if I talk to him...
Anytime you find out a woman that you're dealing with, and she's at her job or location or wherever, or she going to somebody's job, and she communicating with a man, and she talking about what's going on in your home, she's not your woman. She's not your woman. Ecclesiasticus 9:2. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. That's all she was. She was a military harlot, searching for what? Searching for that check. This is all she was doing. Use not much the company of a woman that is a sinner, a singer, right? Lest thou be taken with her what? With her attempts, meaning her snares. Women are great manipulators. They're even better than Esau Edom, because they come with lust. Esau Edom come with what? His mouth. Trickery. Eve come with lust. So lust overpower a man thinking ability most of the time when he's what? When he's involved with a what? With a harlot. This is what happens all the time. But a lot of men can't see it. They can't see it because they're blind by what? By the false love that they thinking that what that Eve have for them. When it really, Eve is just looking for what? Looking for that check. Gauge not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are what? That are precious in her. A maid, that when men have what? Multiple wives, maids, like cause let's say an Edomite woman, right? A so-called white woman. She would be like a maid, because she can't be your wife. Not in the same aspect as what? A so-called black woman is. Because why? Because she's of your nation. Right? So there'll be what? What we would call a concubine. And we're going to have many of them. Verse 6 of Ecclesiasticus 9:6. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy what? Thy inheritance. Mean, don't be falling in love with no slut, man. And for the most part, that's all we have. It's a bunch of harlots. They're looking and searching for a bag. This is what this is their best what they call a hustle. Is what? Using and gaming on what? Gaming on men, especially so-called black men.
About divorce, he probably wouldn't even, do it with me. And he was like, I can handle that. And I was like, what do you mean by that? He was like, I can handle it. I get that guy, I get a girl on my spot. So it just started to progress.
Why did you do it in Korea?
No, it was just planned in Korea. It wasn't to be done in Korea. It was just planned in Korea when we got back to the States.
She been planning on deleting this man since he was over there in Korea. Why? She know that the money probably won't be the same. Once she probably got a couple of military insurance. I don't know. Never been in the military. My father was in the military, but they were well taken care of in them days, right? I don't know, maybe $200,000-$300,000, right? For probably more than that.
But I didn't take it serious because
Now listen, this is where you and I stay straight, because you didn't take it serious because you knew he was out there that night.
Well, yeah.
When they got, are you guys talking because they're going to get your correspondent every day?
He would be like, what's today looking like? And I'd be like, well, he's out cutting hair, and he'd be like, okay, well, we'll be up there in a few hours, and then he'll come up here and scope out and see if he'll come home by himself or if he wouldn't.
Hey, that boy was a good hustler, y'all. He was a good hustler. He was in the military, former military. He was a truck driver. He couldn't have. He what most women would be looking for. And she wasn't even satisfied. Why she wasn't satisfied? Selfish. Only thinking about herself. Verse 8 of Ecclesiasticus 9 and 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, which she look at her. She's not so. She's 22 years old. She look a little older, but she's 22 years of age. She's not something you be deleting. Ain't no woman worth deleting no man over. But this here is definitely not worthy of what, or even thinking, it coming across your mind. Turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty, meaning another man's wife. Because that's what? That's adultery. That's when you commit adultery, when you're laying down with another man's wife. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. And see what she's doing. She's deceiving a man to what? To delete her husband. But first and foremost, she would have been deceiving her husband from the beginning. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. I mean, don't be sitting down and having drinks with her, alcohol. That's what? That's adultery. Huh? You're going off at the gate. Lest thy heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into what? Destruction. Meaning what? You get put to death. The Lord have somebody put your butt to death. But hey, everything is of the Lord. Even this Jake that they got deleted by the dude for what? For a harlot.
We were trying to take the opportunity. I said, well, he's about to bring us something to eat. And then that's when he came.
So you called him and said, well, hold on. I just come back to bring food.
Yeah, I said that he was coming back to bring us something to eat.
No, he just brought us something to eat. We were sitting on the couch eating. And then I just heard gunshots.
But why would you just order?
I talked to him about it, and he didn't want to.
You put your needs and your wants above somebody's life.
I did.
Often suspects won't say much to the police, but when she confessed during the interrogation, almost everything she talked about was about herself, how things affected her, why it had to be done, and how calculated it all.
Don't that sound familiar? Selfish. Thinking about her and herself only, not her child. She didn't think about her son having what? Her son having a father. She's selfish. Most women are what? Are selfish. Selfish as hell. All of them are selfish. Like I say, until she show you otherwise, and you know there are a lot of they are great actors. you got to deal with them for a period to actually know what. Even then, listen, man. I know women that have stayed with men, man, for 25 years, because back then, that was when, 30 years, between 25 and 30 years, which is mainly 30 year, or 30-year mortgage. These Eve will wait for a man to pay for a home in 30 years, and then as soon as that house get paid for, they kick them out. Which most of them weren't even working. But what? This is the system. This system is what? During that time, what they was in the favor of women. Hey, it is what it is, man. Ecclesiastes 41:21. And turn away thy face from thy kinsman, or to take away a portion or a gift, or to gaze upon another man's wife. You shouldn't be doing that, man. And you know, a lot of you niggas wicked as hell, man. You know, y'all think that shit is some kind of prize or something. You laying down with another man's wife, sneaking around with another man's wife. Right? Wicked. Or to be over busy with his maid, and come not near her bed, or of upbraiding. That word upbraiding goes into what? The act of what? Introducing. Don't even introduce. She shouldn't be in your friend's face. She shouldn't even know who your friends are. Or upbraiding speeches before friends, and after thou has given upbraiding, not, don't be introducing them, or of iterating and speaking again that which thou hast heard, in a revealing of secrets. In other words, mind your damn business. Huh? Mind your business, old weak ass nigga. Mind your business. And a lot of you niggas are weak for what? For women that know how to what? To put you in that trick bag. And that's all this is right here. A trick bag. Y'all niggas gotta learn how to walk away.
Was.
You know, you say you feel about as responsible as Jeremy is. I mean, would you say this is a 50-50 you guys were on this?
Yeah. Okay. I know all about it, and like I said, I probably could have stopped it, but the reason that I didn't, because I felt like he would, be mad at me or...
And not love you anymore?
Yeah. Because I just felt like I wasn't getting that love at home like I wanted to.
Without a doubt, she's one of the coldest people you could ever come across in any true crime story.
Damn. Huh? Damn. One of the coldest people you can come across in a crime story, y'all.
At the same time, the Army's Criminal Investigation Division in Georgia brought Jeremy in for an interview, coordinated with local law enforcement. Both interviews were conducted...
Ecclesiastes 42 in verse 13. For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. Better is the churlishness, meaning rude, of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth what? Shame and reproach. And she'll burn both of those. Shame and reproach.
At the same time, making sure Jeremy and Kamaya had no chance to communicate with each other.
You've probably seen or heard on TV shows, you have a right to remain silent, you have a right, to an attorney, those types of things. And at this point in time, do you wish to have a lawyer? Okay.
Exactly the opposite of Kamaya, Jeremy didn't say a word. He invoked his right to remain silent, and at that point, the interview had to be ended. During the investigation, the mounting evidence against Kamaya was overwhelming. Her confession made it clear this was a planned and premeditated act, and that Jeremy had come up from Illinois to carry out the homicide. Kamaya wanted her husband dead because she felt he wasn't taking care of her properly. She believed she was overburdened and had too much responsibility. Her narcissistic traits became even more apparent during one police interview when she was asked if Sergeant Hassel had life insurance. She casually mentioned she would receive $400,000 from the Army after his death.
Boom. Huh? Eve had killed for way less than that. $400,000. She gonna delete your ass. She leave her mammy and everybody around her for $400,000.
The financial motive was clearly a factor in the crime, but what really happened that night was that Tyrone was actually bringing food back for her and their 1-year-old son when the hit occurred. Kamaya was at least as involved, if not more so, than Jeremy. He was just happy to be the one pulling the trigger. In the end, Kamaya was arrested for first-degree premeditated murder. On August 29, 2019, about 8 months after Tyrone's killing, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She will never see freedom again.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Bury her in there. Proverbs 6:25. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, and neither let her take thee with her eyelids. She's not someone you should be lusting over anyway. Look at her. She's not all that. She's a military, has been, ran through, which most of her are. By what? For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Now that man gone, he can't even take care of his son. And she in prison. Who got the son? She was planning on taking him for everything. Taking his life and then taking his money. And an adulteress will hunt for the precious life. And that's what she ended up doing, taking his life. If necessary, she will take his life. And that's exactly what she did.
Jeremy also pleaded guilty to second-degree murder on July 30th, 2019, and was sentenced to 65 years in prison. With his earliest eligibility for parole at age 90, it's extremely unlikely he will ever get out. He later tried to withdraw his plea, but the Michigan Supreme Court refused to hear his case in 2021.
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. Under the circumstances.
Man, she wanted me to do it, man. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I wanted her. You know what I'm saying? And she knew what she was doing. She wanted the money. So I don't know what.
Right. She didn't want your red ass. She wanted the money. It was all about the money. For that, man, you deleted your friend for this? For that right there? I mean, you shouldn't delete no man for no woman, period, regardless of what her beauty is.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Honestly, I was blind. I was blinded. I thought that was love. You know what I'm saying?
I was just wondering if she talked to you about that afterwards.
I mean, yeah, she did. Matter of fact, she did. She was like, yeah, like, he died in my arms. And she was saying she was sad about it. And I'm like, then why'd you have me do it then? Like, you know what I'm saying? But she was just like, it's cool. Like, I could tell by the way you look.
Yeah, I know it's cool. I know it's cool. Proverbs 6:29. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Meaning, if he would have caught him and deleted his weak ass, guess what? He ain't supposed to show him no mercy. No mercy. No mercy at all. Verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lack of understanding. And most of y'all don't have true understanding concerning what adultery is. Adultery is a man laying down with another man's wife, and sex is marriage. Right? Esau paperwork is not marriage. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound meaning what? A punishment, and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach, shame, shall not be wiped away.
Man, you want me to burn in hell, sir. And I understand that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I really hope you can forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to take forever, or you might not. But I really hope you can.
True enough, you killed my son, but I don't think... I know I'm looking at somebody that had a twisted mind at one point. You know, he seemed like a good cat. And
what's good about him? He could be a damn Edomite anyway. Nothing good about him. What's good about him? Taking a man's life for a slut man, for a woman man. That's not no good man. What's good about him? Hell, the Lord delete a rebellious child. This nigga taking men's life for what? Then did not David? What did the Heavenly Father do with David's son? David done it. What happened with David, y'all? But he's not David. He's not gonna receive the same mercy. But hey, he ain't gonna. Well, at least he ain't gonna be able. He's not gonna do no 90 years, no 65 years, no prison. You wanna know why? Because this place ain't gonna be here that long. he might not even get this year out.
I hate the situation had to happen, especially I hate it had to happen to my son. I'm never gonna. The only thing I could do is visit him in the grave.
Why would her mom? Why should her mom get the child? Huh? Why the man mom can't get the child? Shit. Her mom, it's a great chance, the possibility of what? Or the mom is the reason the way she is a mom. As the mother, show as the daughter. That's the way I see it. That's the way the Lord see it. Because the Lord say, as the mama, so is the daughter. So hey, it is what it is. Nobody gonna have pity for a wicked woman. But a what? But another woman. And y'all good at that shit. Y'all very good at that. Proverbs 6:34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Won't be able to get it this time. Or next time because that'll be the kingdom when they come back. He will not regard any ransom, meaning he wants revenge. And what? Death. But he ended up getting deleted. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content though thou giveth many gifts. So most men are what? Just like he just did. He just deleted the man for what? For his wives, man. He wrong as hell. But Jake wicked as hell, so we know. That's what you got to expect in Esau Edom kingdom, man. That's what you got to expect in Esau Edom kingdom. Last but least, Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, not Jesus, because Jesus, this is what Jesus bring is what? Confusion and death and destruction, or what? Of oneself for what? For no reason. No apparent reason, but what? For money. Fit the lucre. Then I say, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So that normally say, call halal Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rokah Qudash, Shalom.